Hi, this is Todd Baker, and welcome to another edition of The Prosperous Agent, the show dedicated to helping you grow your business. And today is March 21st, 2013, and I'm broadcasting from my home office in Prosper, Texas. Hope you guys are having a great start to this year. I know this has been an incredible first quarter for most of us with just an amazingly healthy market here in North Texas. And what I wanted to talk to you guys today about is I'm going to share with you a buyer script that I think you ought to start using because it's going to do a few things. It's going to make your time more efficient. It's going to increase your conversion ratio. So each time you get an at bat, you're going to have an opportunity to close more of those people and thereby increase your production. And what I've really evolved into in my business is my real estate clients are like VIP clients. And that's how we treat our agents. And one of the things I personally do is I've become someone who is just obsessed learning the real estate business from the agent side. And I'm doing that by studying Michael Mayer and Tom Ferry and Mike Ferry and Brian Buffini. I'm attending webinars, going to events, and then I'm taking what I'm learning and I'm implementing it. And today I'm going to actually share with you a Mike Ferry script. And now Mike Ferry is Tom Ferry's father. He's really probably the grandfather of all real estate coaches. And one of the things that really had a moment of epiphany for me is he said, there isn't anything today that's different than it was 30 years ago in terms of scripts. In other words, there's only so many things a buyer can say. There's only so many objections a seller can have. And if you have a process, a system, and scripting in place in which how to handle a new prospect, how to handle them during, whether they're a buyer or a seller, you're going to really increase your chance of success. So this buyer script I've attached here too onto this video. And basically, here's how it works. I'm just going to read it to you. When a new prospect comes in, say, "Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. May I take you through the buying process I use when assisting a buyer in purchasing a home?" That simple. Now, let me tell you guys something. I've been using this. Now, I normally start out with my elevator script. Those of you know me, I'm a big believer in a very powerful elevator script. Mine's about certified mortgage planning and how to become financially independent through real estate. I start out with obviously the high, exchanging pleasantries, talk about my elevator script, ask them a few questions, and then I ask this question specifically, and then I shut up and listen to what they have to say. Because you'll be surprised. What it says next is, if yes, continue. If no, interview is over. I can't tell you how many times people actually will say no. No, you know what, I'm really just sort of curious, or I'm not really ready, or I just signed a long-term lease, or my credit's like 429 and I've got 3 judgments and 8 tax liens on there or something like that. And they've just done you a huge favor because you've just taken someone that we thought was a lead and we started to get excited about, and we just qualified that they're a lead. They don't elevate into a prospect, much less a hot prospect, and you're not spending any more time with them. But if they say yes, what's the next step? I'm going to ask my lender, Todd Baker, for example, to call you as soon as possible and discuss with you all the financing options available. This should answer all of your questions, as well as give you the confidence you'll want in purchasing a home today. Can I have him call you in the next several hours? Now, I know agents that right now do not feel comfortable saying that. And frankly, it's really a level of confidence because it works. Because the first thing you need to know is, are they really looking? Next thing, you need to make sure they can be qualified. And by teaming up with a lender, okay, your lender can cross-sell you, can flesh out, can they really buy, and they can send them back to you on a very high line, very clear on what they want to do. Now, I take my clients through a mortgage planning process. I get them very excited. I show them a rent versus own analysis. I show them what it really means to own real estate, what it would be like, how it would change their life in 10, 15, 20 years to own a home outright. And I send them back to you real clear on, here's the loan program, here's the structure, here's how they're going to negotiate, and then more importantly, right now, I send them back knowing that if you find a house you like, you're making an offer on it today. Okay? So let's say they say, if yes, you continue. If no, you move on. Now, they might say, I already have a lender. Oh, really? Well, great. You know what? I found that it's very important to get a second opinion and try to get them over to your preferred partner. Your partner's part of your team. If you can't, Mike Ferry actually says, stop right there. I would say, you can still work with them, obviously. I'm a little more lenient in that regard. I would say what you do is you ask their name of their lender, ask their loan officer's name, ask if you can call their loan officer, and then find out if the loan officer actually has pre-approved them. So let's assume they say yes, and we're continuing on. Once you and the lender have designed a financing agreement for yourself, I'm going to ask you a lot of questions regarding the type of home you want to buy. Have you outlined in detail the type of home you want to purchase? So right there and there, okay, what are they really looking for? And then you shut up, you take good notes, and be an active listener. Okay, next. Once we've determined the type of home you want to purchase, I will select the 3 or 4 absolutely best homes in that range for you to look at. I don't want to confuse you by showing you a lot of homes. Do you understand? Yes, I understand. Now, I work with a lot of agents, some that are very highly successful. And this is exactly what they do. They meet the client, they get them over to me. I build a very robust mortgage plan. I get them clear and excited. I cross-sell the agent. I get them back to the agent with not only a pre-approval letter, but here's the way the financing is going to work. The agent then gets them onto typically a net search within a specific range, and we'll tell them, pick 3 or 4 houses. Usually my top agents say pick 5 houses. And then they schedule a time to take them out. Next, here's the next thing you say. If yes, continue. Once we have looked at these properties, I will ask you to select one and write an offer to purchase a property. Are you prepared to write an offer if we find the right property? Now, I know some of you that are new to this business, that are listening to this right now, inside here are going, man, I can't ask that question. I just don't feel comfortable asking that question. Let me tell you a story. One of my good friends is a highly successful entrepreneur. It's in the restaurant business. It's done phenomenally well. Actually enough to where he's retired, he has no debt, he's got a bunch of property that he's bought and paid for, but he went into real estate. He did all the right things except for one thing. He was afraid to ask these questions. He admitted it to me. He said, I can't ask people that. I said, why? What's wrong? I just don't feel comfortable asking that. And you know what? He didn't make it in real estate. He didn't make it in real estate. What this does is, we've now, if you listen to the script, you were just hitting with higher and higher levels of qualification. Really zeroing in, do I have a really hot prospect? Okay. Now let's say they say, yeah, I'll be willing to write an offer. Okay, great. Once we've written an offer to the seller, I will negotiate that contract for you. If accepted, we'll work together each day towards closing it. Based on the process that I use in helping folks like you find a home, do you still want to proceed by having a lender call you? Or would you prefer to work with another agent? That is a powerful script. It exudes confidence. And it does so much for you. You get rid of all the people that are just looky-loos. You get rid of all the people that are unqualified. You know, let me share something with you. There was a level of business maturity, and I tell agents this all the time, that took me 10 years to learn, and that's this. When someone comes in, just because they want to talk to me, I'd be, well, hey, this guy wants to talk to me. I'd be so excited. But at the end of the day, I then run their credit, and their credit, I just did one last week. The credit was 429, and they literally had like 8 derogatory tax liens and judgments, and about 25 collection accounts. One good line, which is an auto, they paid 30 days late last month, and one credit card that was 30 days late and was over the credit limit. I mean, it was like it's really bad credit, and they sincerely thought they might be able to buy a house. You know, it was almost pretty funny. I used to sit there and I tried to help these guys, see if there's a way to repair their credit. Or I don't do any of that anymore. Those people, they're right at the top of my list. Oh, didn't qualify, next in line. I give them some information to help their life because I do want to help people. Okay? But my goal is to create a legacy of homeowners, thousands of them, that have achieved self-independence and self-reliance through home ownership. And I'm going to show them how to do that with myself and my agent team. Okay? And those folks aren't ready to buy. In fact, most of those folks never will be ready to buy. I don't even put them in my database anymore. I don't even put them in my drip campaign because I can guarantee you almost all of their friends are going to look the same as them. All of their friends are going to have the same habits. But point is this. Learn this script. Practice this script. There's an old saying, contempt prior to investigation. Don't throw this out without trying it at least 10 times, preferably 20 or 30. Internalize it so that's your process. You'll be amazed how the sorting works. You'll be amazed how quickly you'll qualify people. And here's what's great. There's 2,040 hours of productive time in your year. That's based on a 40-hour work week. Let's agree that that's the amount of productive hours. You want to spend every bit of that productive time working with people that are going to close on real estate and then exploding into their sphere of influence. So keep watching these videos. I'm going to have more scripts coming, including a Center of Influence script. And each week, when I see a tactic or a strategy or a thought, I'm going to share it with you to hopefully help you grow your business. So give me a call if you need any help. I'm here to help. And we'd love to help you grow your business any way we can. Hope you have a wonderful week. Take care.